Thank you for joining us today, Ram Dass. Your teachings have inspired so many people on their spiritual journeys. To begin, can you share your thoughts about life as a journey? Thank you for having me. You see, life is very much like a journey home. As I often say, we're all just walking each other home. The essence of our existence is about connection, about helping each other find our way back to love and compassion. That's beautiful. In a world filled with noise and distractions, how can we cultivate a deeper sense of presence?
The quieter you become, the more you can hear. We often get caught up in the chatter of our minds and the chaos around us. It's essential to create moments of stillness in our lives where we can simply be. In those moments, we find clarity and connection with our true selves.
You often emphasize the importance of relationships and connection. How can we truly appreciate each other despite our differences?
In most of our human relationships, we spend much of our time reassuring one another that our costumes of identity are on straight. Instead, let's trade in all our judging for appreciating. When we begin to see each other as unique expressions of the same divine source, we cultivate compassion and understanding.
You've spoken about the paradox of surrender. Can you explain what that means in the context of life and spirituality? The most exquisite paradox is this: as soon as you give it all up, you can have it all. It's about letting go of the need for control and understanding that our desires often limit us. When we stop yearning for power or validation, we open ourselves up to receive more than we could have ever imagined. As we grow older, many people struggle with the changes that come with aging. What wisdom can you share about growing old?
Aging is a natural part of life and brings with it an opportunity for spiritual growth. It spiritualizes people naturally. The heart surrenders everything to the moment, and as we age, we learn to embrace the present more fully. Remember, everything in your life is there as a vehicle for your transformation. Use it.
That's a comforting perspective. In your view, what role does suffering play in our spiritual development?
Suffering is part of our training program for becoming wise. It shapes us like sandpaper shapes wood. It's through our struggles that we come to understand our deeper selves. When we resist the unpleasant, we suffer. But when we accept what is, we find peace.
You've often mentioned the importance of love. How can we embody love in our everyday lives?
The most important aspect of love is not in giving or receiving, it's in the being. What I need for others,
give love to. I'm caught in
being in love means seeing the beloved all around me, recognizing that we are all interconnected. Treat everyone you meet like God in drag.
In this interconnectedness, how do we navigate our relationships without losing ourselves?
The game is not about becoming somebody. It's about becoming nobody. When we identify too closely with our roles or identities, we create separation. We embrace the dance of love and fear in our interactions and allow relationships to become new rather than clinging to how they used to be.
What message do you have for those grappling with their spiritual path?
Listen to your own truth. The spiritual journey is individual and highly personal. Everything changes once we identify with being the witness to the story instead of the actor in it. Trust that you are enough and allow your journey to unfold as it is meant to.
Your teachings have had a profound impact on many people's lives, and one phrase that stands out is, "Be here now." Can you explain the significance of this mantra?
Be here now is a reminder to root ourselves in the present moment. We often find ourselves lost in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. But real life occurs right here, right now. When we fully embrace the present, we open ourselves up to experiencing the richness of life as it unfolds. It is in the present that we can truly connect with ourselves, with others, and with the divine.
It sounds simple, yet so many struggle with it. Why do you think that is?
The mind loves to wander. It's conditioned to hold on to stories, judgments, and expectations. But the present moment is where peace resides. When we practice mindfulness and bring our awareness back to the now, we learn that everything we need is already here. The question we need to ask ourselves is whether there is any place we can stand ourselves where we can look at all that's happening around us without freaking out.
How can we cultivate that awareness in our daily lives?
Start with small practices, moments of stillness, mindful breathing, or even just pausing to appreciate the beauty around you. Emotions are like waves. Some disappear on the vast calm ocean. By cultivating a practice of observation without attachment, we can learn to witness our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. This is part of the journey of recognizing that we are more than our dramas.
That's a powerful perspective. As we navigate our lives, how can we approach our challenges with a sense of grace?
It's important to expect nothing, to take every experience, including the negative ones, that merely steps on the path. The resistance to the unpleasant situation is the root of suffering. When we allow ourselves to experience life as it comes, without the need for it to conform to our expectations, we create space for growth and transformation.
Your reflections on acceptance and growth are inspiring. As a final thought, could you share what you believe is the ultimate purpose of our spiritual journey?
The ultimate purpose of our spiritual journey is to awaken from the illusion of separateness. We are all deeply interconnected. And as we move closer to recognizing this truth, we can live in a way that embodies love and compassion. Remember, our actions and states of mind matter because we are all affecting the world every moment, whether we mean to or not.
Your emphasis on connection and presence is so vital today. In a world that often feels disconnected, how can we foster deeper relationships with one another?
Relationships are a beautiful opportunity for growth and understanding. Each person we encounter is like a mirror reflecting our own consciousness. When we learn to appreciate others for who they truly are, without the filter of judgment, we begin to see the divine in them. As I like to say, what you meet in another being is the projection of your own level of evolution. This understanding can help us approach each interaction with love and compassion.
That's a profound way to look at our relationships. Many people struggle with feelings of unworthiness. What guidance do you have for them?
Your problem is that you are too busy holding on to your unworthiness. It's essential to recognize that we are all inherently worthy of love and belonging. As we work on ourselves, our self-acceptance and self-love, we begin to see our worth reflected in others. It's about letting go of the layers of conditioning that tell us otherwise and embracing our true nature, which is love.
That resonates deeply. Often people find themselves overwhelmed by the chaos of the world. How can we maintain our inner peace amidst external turmoil?
The key is recognizing that we are more than the chaos around us. When we learn to watch our drama unfold while knowing we are more than our drama, we find a place of stillness within. Practice mindfulness and ground yourself in the present moment. And remember, healing does not mean going back to the way things were before. It means allowing what is now to move us closer to God, to that sense of oneness.
It sounds like cultivating a sense of inner awareness is critical. Can you expand on how this awareness shapes our actions?
Absolutely. Our whole spiritual transformation brings us to the point where we realize that in our own being, we are enough. When we recognize that we are all interconnected, our actions begin to reflect that awareness. We start to act not out of fear or separation, but from a place of love and compassion. By acting compassionately, we acknowledge that we are all part of one another, and this creates ripples of positivity in the world.
You've mentioned the power of love several times. How can we embody love in our everyday interactions?
The most profound way to embody love is to be love itself. I'm not interested in being a lover. I'm interested in only being love. This means seeing the beloved in person we encounter, recognizing we are all
Same energy.
when many people have this heart connection, we will know that we are one. This interconnectedness extends beyond just humans. It includes animals, trees, and even galaxies. It's all one energy.
That's such a beautiful perspective. What message would you like to share with those on their spiritual journey?
Remember, everything in your life is there as a vehicle for your transformation. Use it. Embrace every experience, both joyous and challenging, as opportunities for growth. Be gentle with yourself and others, and always strive to be here now. In this moment, you can find everything you seek. Thank you for this wonderful conversation, and may we continue to walk each other home.
Ram Dass, your collaboration with Timothy Leary was monumental in the exploration of psychedelics in the 1960s. Can you share your thoughts on how Leary's approach to psychedelics influenced the counterculture movement?
Timothy was a brilliant mind, and he had this incredible ability to articulate the potential of psychedelics as tools for expanding consciousness. He encouraged people to explore the depths of their own minds and to seek experiences beyond the ordinary. His famous phrase, turn on, tune in, drop out, really resonated with a generation searching for deeper meaning and action. While there were many sides to that movement, Timothy's work definitely helped catalyze the exploration of consciousness that so many were eager to engage with.
Some critics argue that the widespread use of psychedelics led to negative consequences during that era. How do you view the balance between the potential benefits and risks of these substances?
That's a very valid concern. Psychedelics can be powerful tools for insight and healing, but without proper context or guidance, they can also lead to challenging experiences. The key lies in the set and setting, the mindset of the individual, and the environment in which the experience occurs. When used thoughtfully, psychedelics can facilitate profound spiritual awakenings and psychological breakthroughs. However, they aren't a panacea. Education, preparation, and integration are essential to ensure that individuals can process their experiences in a healthy way.
Given your own experiences, how did psychedelics shape your spiritual journey and understanding of consciousness?
My early experiences with psychedelics were pivotal. They shattered my preconceived notions of reality and opened my eyes to the interconnectedness of all beings. It was like peeling back layers of illusion to reveal a deeper truth. However, as I continued my journey, I realized that
While psychedelics can catalyze insights, the real work happens afterwards.
through meditation, service, and the day-to-day practice of love and compassion, psychedelics can provide a glimpse of the divine. Yet are a substitute for the ongoing spiritual path.
In recent years, there's been a resurgence of interest in psychedelics for therapeutic purposes. What are your thoughts on this modern exploration?
It's fascinating to see the scientific community revisiting these substances with a more open mind. The research into psychedelics for mental health treatment like PTSD, depression, and anxiety holds great promise. It's important that this exploration is approached with respect and care. I believe that if we can integrate the wisdom of traditional spiritual practices with modern science, we might discover a more holistic way to help people heal and awaken. Ultimately, it's about finding balance between the physical and the medicinal, honoring both the spiritual and the scientific aspects of these experiences.
What message would you like to share with those who are curious about psychedelics and their potential for spiritual growth?
I would encourage anyone interested to approach the subject with an open heart and a discerning mind. Education is crucial. Learn about the history, the science, and the spiritual traditions surrounding these substances. But more importantly, cultivate a genuine intention. If you seek growth, and understanding. Create a safe, supportive environment for your exploration. And remember, true transformation often comes from the integration of insight gained rather than the experience itself. It's a journey, not a destination.
That's such a beautiful perspective. As we wrap up, what final message would you like to share with those on their spiritual journey?
Remember, everything in your life is there as a vehicle for your transformation. Use it. Embrace every experience, both joyous and challenging, as opportunities for growth. Be gentle with yourself and others, and always strive to be here now. In this moment, you can find everything you seek. Thank you for this wonderful conversation, and may we continue to walk each other home.
Thank you, Ramdas. Your insights are a gift to us all.
Thank you for the opportunity to share. Remember, we're all in this together, walking each other home, and always be here now.